What's going on, guys? This is Badass Reviewer and I'm back with another review. This time I'm taking a look at the Marvel Universe Infinite Series Wasp. Now, I don't usually buy Marvel Universe figures, and for a pretty good reason. First of all, they're $10, which is kind of a lot for what you usually get with these things, because they don't really come with any accessories and they're not highly detailed. Not only that, but they're really fragile and they kind of like have pretty bad quality control. And really the only reason I bought this is because it's Wasp and she's a shapeshifter. So obviously I wanted to get her in a smaller form other than her Marvel Legends figure. Now, that being said, I ended up getting the whole case because that was the only way I was going to pretty much get her. Because she's only one per pack, or one per case, so she's going to be the most sought out figure in the wave. Not only that, but she is Wasp, and anybody that's Avengers related that's not like completely stocked in like the entire case. Pretty much like really popular characters, and she's gonna be a really hard figure to find because somehow she's just super popular like that, I guess. But we have her now, and she's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting her to be so small. I guess I never really think about how small these figures are until I get them in hand, but she is really tiny, and which is nice because when you put her up against her bigger self to make it look like she's getting smaller, I mean, it looks really good. Now, when I got her out of the packaging, this kind of irritated me. Her leg was warped right over here, and it still kind of is, and I need to fix that. But I don't know, like something about her is just kind of weird. I don't know what it is, but I do like this figure. Pretty nice gold detailing you got going on here for the paint. She's got some under her boots here and on her hands, which look nice. She's got some really thin looking arms going on. Some really thin legs, and then she's got her wings, which are nice translucent plastic, and they have a hinge on them, so that's pretty nice, and they can move all about, and you can take them out if you want, which is actually really nice because, you know, if you wanted to display her without her wings, which wouldn't really make sense if you were using her in a display, unless you're putting her with other Marvel Universe figures, but really, if you were going to use her in a, you know, multi-scaled display or something, it wouldn't make sense for her to have her wings on, or like her wings not there, because it's like, why is she that small but has no wings? So really, you want to keep the wings in, and you can move them whatever way you want because they're, you know, on these little hinges here. I would say that before you put them on, though, that you kind of like loosen the hinges up, because I noticed that they're really tight, and you kind of want to work with them a little bit, because once you put them in, it's not really easy to move her wings around. So I would kind of position the wings in whatever way you want them before you put them in, because I feel like that's probably just going to break the peg or something like that. But yeah, so they look nice. Really nice figure. Could be a little bit better. I feel like her legs don't really want to move forward that much. I feel like it's kind of fighting it, but maybe it was just really stiff. I'm not really sure, but I was really afraid I was going to break her. And she's so thin that I'm still pretty afraid that she's going to break, but pretty much after I get done, you know, doing this review, she'll probably go up on display, and I probably won't ever really like mess with her after that, unless I use her for a display purpose. And I really hope that I was getting her on camera this whole time. See, I'm not used to doing these Marvel Universe reviews, so I kind of expect them to be up higher, so I apologize for that. But yeah, pretty much she's just kind of black the rest of her body, not a whole lot of detail. I do like her head, although it kind of sucks though because she has longer hair here, but in the Marvel Legends version of her, where she's wearing this outfit, she has short hair. So it kind of sucks, but at the same time, I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you were doing a display, it would kind of look weird if you had short hair and then she had long hair. So what I was going to do was I was going to take this head off and replace it with the red variant of her. That way she'll have long hair. But at the same time, the red variant of the Wasp is kind of rare, and I like that figure, so I don't really want to mess it up. So I think leaving her hair like this will be fine. But yeah, it's a pretty decent looking face. She's got some nice lipstick, which looks kind of weird. Like, they didn't really paint the rest of it on this side. The eyes are nicely painted, eyebrows. Sculpting on the hair is fine. Not a whole lot of shading, but it's a nice brown. So that's, yeah, it's not too bad. I don't expect a whole lot from these Marvel Universe figures, but you know, for not really usually buying them, it's a pretty good figure, so really happy to have picked her up. Let's go over articulation. She's got a ball hinge with a swivel in the neck, so that's nice. She gets a lot of articulation, even though her hair kind of gets in the way in the back, but you can kind of like mess with it a little bit, and I'm pretty positive you can just pop the head off. But yeah, you can get her to look up all the way, so that's good. As long as she can do that, I'm pretty sure everything else is fine. Rotates 360 degrees. Her arm, her thingy just popped off. She's got a ball hinge in the arm, so that her arms can go in and out. Rotate 360 degrees. No bicep swivel. She has a single joint in the elbow, as well as a swivel that works as the bicep swivel. She's got a hinge in the wrist with an open hand here and a closed fist over here. And even with the fist being closed, she still has gold in the hand, so that's nice. They didn't, you know, cheap out on us or anything. She's got this diaphragm joint, which goes back a little bit. Doesn't really go forward, but it does go side to side, so it doesn't do a whole lot, but as long as it goes back a little bit, she can make it look like she's in a flying pose. So really, that's all that really matters with this character, because usually if you're going to have her, you know, in a display, she's going to be flying. So as long as she can get in a flying pose, that's pretty much all I ever need. The legs are on ball joints, like a ball joint, I guess, and they can go forward, but not a whole lot, at least on mine. Just due to the sculpting, because it gets caught on her upper part here, and then it gets caught on her her butt. So not a whole lot of going forward and back, but it does go forward. It goes out a little bit, but I'm a little scared to go any farther because it might break. She's got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which is nice. She's got a boot swivel, which isn't really necessary, but I guess it's nice to have just in case. She's got a foot pivot and an ankle rocker, so they added that new ankle rocker system in. So overall, a really nice figure. I would definitely say, you know, $10 is probably a good amount, because I know any cheaper that's not gonna happen. I guess it could be a little bit cheaper, but you know, it's a good figure. I would definitely pay $10 for it. I mean, I've seen a lot of figures. I've seen this figure going for like $30 now. So if you don't pick up the wave, you're pretty much not going to find this figure, at least unless you get really lucky, which I'm going to be kind of mad if I find her on the shelves, because really she was the only one out of this wave that I wanted. But I'm going to do a review for all of them. I don't necessarily hate them, but I have my problems with them, and I'll kind of tell you guys that as I go through these reviews. But the other thing that's really nice with her is that she comes with this smaller version of herself. So if you got this one, then you can do the cool little size changing thing, so she can go from big to small. So that's really awesome. I'm really glad that they did that. I hope they do an Ant-Man figure at some point, because that would be a really cool figure. And you know, he's going to be pretty much scalped to hell when that does happen, but it'll be a pretty cool figure, because I like these characters that can shape shift, and I like it when they come out in figure form, because then you can do that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, highly recommend you pick up this figure if you like Wasp, and if you want to like do small scale things like this. But if not, probably a pass, even though it's going to be really hard to find her. But I would go to probably like a toy store online and pick her up, because that's probably the easiest way. And I'll leave a link below to where you can go to get them. Probably the best place to get it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.